Hey guys, how's it going? Jordan here with a brand new building lessons. Let's get right into it. So what we're going to be doing is covering simple terraforming. Hopefully later on in the series we'll be covering more advanced kind of lessons in it, but we're going to be doing simple things like in the video right now, kind of mountains and kind of pathways, simple things that don't take too much. So we're covering Voxel Sniper and Wild Edit, both server-side plugins that you can download in the description. I'll put the links there in case you want to just try it out and see what you can do. I'd love to see what you guys actually can make, as well as after seeing this video and seeing some of the ideas that I have. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We're doing kind of a mountain, a kind of simple island. The reason I want to do this is because it covers a lot of ground with different tools and techniques. This is probably like a really good place to start if you don't know much. If you know a bit more, then maybe skip this video and continue later on. This is going to be covering very basic commands of Voxel Sniper and Wild Edit. If you get a bit confused later in the video, just pause and go back and look, because it is going to be a bit of a mouthful and a bit much to take in right away. But let's get right into the video. If you get a bit confused, just pause. So here we go. Let's do it. Woo! Right. So start off, we're going to be doing /brush ball. Now this is BB, and then you want to do V sand for voxel sand, then B size, which is B5. This is going to be creating balls of sand at the size of 5 and in a ball shape. Now this is going to be just using it as kind of a brush to lay out the simple landscape. This is going to be doing, obviously because sand has physics, it kind of drops as you place it, so it kind of gives nice little mountain effects. When you do this, it looks great. So you'll see a lot of people use this kind of tool and technique about this. And they'll use smaller brushes. You'll see me just swap into smaller brushes every now and again to get peaks on the mountain, and it pays off. It looks really cool. And even I want to swap to a smaller brush. I'm just gonna patch up small bits around here because I think it looks a little bit off. You want to have a good peak on the mountain, otherwise how you want to know it's a mountain, honestly. So let's just work on that. Let's speed up a little bit and just keep going. So yeah, here we go. Just patching up some more of the mountain. It's looking decent. We'll swap to a smaller brush size for the peaks. It's starting to look more like a mountain. The shape is kind of there. So there we go. That's a pretty decent mountain, to be honest. I mean, that alone, just perfect. I'd leave it as that, but we won't, because that'd be ridiculous. So what we're gonna do is go around the edge of the mountain and kind of just add a little layer. Now this is gonna kind of be worked on eventually, and we're gonna work around it and expand that layer out and kind of make it into a big mountain. So next we're doing /brush sphere, and then we're going to be chucking on stone at the size of 5. Pause that if you need to look at that, and then we're going to be doing a mask. So /mask sand. This will make stone only apply to sand. Now this is a great way to cover kind of massive areas of kind of terrain and swap the blocks over. I don't want to do this slowly, so I'm going to do /pos1 and then go to the opposite sides and do /pos2. This will basically allow me to select the entire amount of where I'm working, and then I can do /replace sand with stone. This will replace the entire build all at once instead of doing it like a brush, because brushes can take too long and they can also not affect the center of the build, so when you dig through you'll still have sand there. Next we'll do another Voxel Sniper command /B overlay, then V grass. This is making it so we're selecting grass in an overlay fashion, so it's overlaying grass. Now you can see here I'm literally just brushing over the entire build and making it into a grass mountain. This is a really awesome technique and definitely look into using it. Now we're going to be using BE melt. Now this is brush erode melt. This means that it will kind of erode the build. Now this is great to note that gunpowder will pull the build out while the arrow will push it in. So when you do an erode brush, it will push in, erode the build, or pull out and erode the build. So you need to remember that the arrow is go in and the gunpowder is pull out. So here I'm just pulling out the mountain, making it look a bit more full, because you want to have some player space around the island, otherwise what's the point? You can't use it. So /brush smooth, we're going to be using a size 5 of this, just to go around the edge of the island and kind of make it a bit more playable. Voxel Sniper has a tendency to kind of leave ragged edges, and it's not very nice for the players to use, especially in like game types and kind of game modes. People won't like that, so typically use smoothing brushes to get rid of that. I'm going to be going back over with BE melt to kind of fix up the island, because there are some bits that don't look right. You can use erode brushes to really fix up everything, because it's just such a great tool. Now I want to show you something that how you can use the arrow, because I haven't really used it much in this build, and I don't think I will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of how you can plan out where you want a cave to go, and then once you plan out where you want the cave to go, you can use the arrow to just kind of erode it away and make a cave, make a little cavern. And they can look great. Obviously, you'd plan a bit more than just a little hole in the side of a mountain, like I have, but you know, you get the idea. So what we're going to be doing next, / brush sphere grass 5, and we're going to be masking that to the stone and dirt around the island. So we're going to be doing kind of just covering the entire island up, making it look a bit more neat, I guess is the word. So this will look a lot nicer and just kind of cover it all around and make it so it's not just patchy, disgusting dirt. You can kind of tell it's already looking decent. So we're going to do / brush sphere grass and sand. This is going to be kind of, and we're going to mask that to grass as well. So this will basically make a kind of mixture of the two, of sand and grass, around all of the grass. We're going to do this as the kind of the coast and make it kind of like the edge of the island, so it kind of has a beach. Now I've done it a little bit there up into the cave, because obviously realistically that would happen. Next we're going to do / fill water. This will make an entire radius of water 50 blocks around you. Now you can do that to fill islands and stuff, but it's really not that practical. There's a much better way, and it's pretty much this. Go to the corner of your build and just place down that kind of corner bit, select it, go to the opposite corner, select it with pos 2 with an axe, and then / replace air with water. It saves so much more time, and it gets every single block, and only the air blocks. It won't affect the build, it will just get the air. Now, just for fashion statement, I'm just going to be going and making sure the entire bottom of the build is not stone and dirt, and just making sure it's all sandstone. Again, using / replace stone and sandstone. That's a great command to remember, because it can just replace entire areas all at once. It's fantastic. Definitely remember that command. Remember, pause the video at any time if you need to look at some of the commands. Now this island doesn't look tropical enough. It doesn't look like an island. I mean, there's certain things islands have, and one is of course a waterfall. Now, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but this is probably the best waterfall I've ever seen in a video game ever. I mean, it looks great. So what we're going to do is, we can't just have water running into the water. The waterfall running into the water. It makes no sense. It just looks like it's been rushed. So what we'll do is we'll quickly work around and make it so it kind of patches in and looks pretty decent. You won't even notice that it was pretty terrible at the start. Ignore that creeper there, he's just trying to get attention. Camera whore. Alright, here we go. So this is going to look pretty decent. Now there's other ways of fixing water with the little weird patterns they get in the water. It's weird. But there's ways of fixing that, which I'll go over later in videos and stuff. But for right now, just get a bucket and just fix it. It's a pretty easy way to do it. So yeah, here we're going to be fixing up that little bit there and making it a little bit nicer. You always come back to certain bits in the build when you think that doesn't look as good as it could be, so you know, just do that as you go around the build. So here we're going to be doing fill water. I can't bother to go around with a bucket anymore, but then I pull the bucket out anyway. So there we go. So here we're just filling up the water, making sure there's no like disgusting little waves in the water. They really get me. It's probably the worst thing about Minecraft to me. I really hate it. So next we're going to be adding trees to the build, just kind of going around and doing the tree command. The command is / tree. It will bind the tree to your right click, and you just go around placing trees everywhere. It's great. I mean, as soon as you start adding trees, you feel like Tom Hanks in Castaways. The island just looks like an island. It looks great. It definitely is worth going around adding a few trees to the island, as well as it makes it playable. If you have a few trees, you can actually play survival on it, and it makes the build complete. Obviously an island wouldn't be completely bare, so you kind of need it, so that's always a bonus as well. Next part, we're going to be doing some more bone meal. We're going to be using bone meal to kind of go around and just kind of add flowers to the entire build. Now that's looking like a pretty decent island if I do say so myself, but I think it's missing something. I don't think it's quite there. It's still looking pretty bare, so we're going to be doing some more texture work. We're going to mask stone and create a brush of spheres, which is going to be a kind of cobblestone, stone, mossy cobblestone kind of mixture. I think it will kind of add some more texture to the side of the mountain. When you just have stone in one block, it doesn't look too great, so what we're going to do is just kind of mix around and add some more blocks. I mean, you can already see it's starting to add more texture, and it's looking great. Some people will add certain blocks like clay and things, it will add more detail, and it does look a lot nicer. This is where I'm going to be going around and just kind of adding more detail like vines and kind of ladders and things. With this kind of detail and stuff, it obviously shows. If you're doing commission work, the details are how you kind of show your kind of effort into the build. If you have a lot of attention to detail, it's going to look a lot, it's going to pay off. So definitely spend a lot of time working on details. I'm kind of rushing here to kind of just prove a point that you can do it quickly, but definitely spend a lot of time on details. There's no point in rushing a build and having no detail and just simple builds. But there you go. That's honestly it. You can see here the build. It looks pretty decent. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of it. This build probably took me 15 minutes maximum, and it looks pretty great, to be honest. I'm really proud of it. I mean, I hope you guys have got a better understanding of how to do this now. If you like this, then make sure to drop a like, because I honestly want to do more of this series, but I need to know if you guys actually want more of it. I hope this kind of has been kind of easy to understand. But this video, you know, like this whole terraforming thing, it's perfect because you can use this as like survival games for your friends just playing a game. You can do little things. It's great. It's definitely some good tools to know, because you never know when you're going to need to know terraforming. But yeah, this has been pretty fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and yeah, make sure to drop a like if you want more of this. I'm going to do more advanced tutorials. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Have fun!